Hi Facebook family, this is Jenny Baker, successful life coach and business growth and accountability mastermind facilitator. So welcome today. We are going to be talking about goal setting. So how to set goals so you achieve them, right? Because we don't want to just set a goal and then just lollygag around and stay on course for a couple of weeks and then all of a sudden we're going to fall off, right? So we want to set our goals so that way we can achieve them. So there's 9 steps that I'm going to teach you to help you to succeed with any goal that you have. So welcome for wherever you're at today. I know some of you are on Zoom, some of you are on Facebook, some of you I've got in a LinkedIn meeting room as well. So wherever you're coming from today, I'm so happy and I'm so glad you're here. So most of you should have downloaded that the free app and free guide on my website. If you didn't, it's okay. Don't panic. You can just take some notes and you can go ahead and download that afterwards. So, all right, let's get started. So today, what you are going to learn is how to set big goals and achieve them, right? So we're going to kind of walk through a comprehensive blueprint of what that looks like for you, okay? Now, my clients use this for personal and business growth goals as well. So you can use it in your personal life or in your business life. It doesn't matter, okay? Sometimes people use it with their partner as well. So go ahead and use it in whatever goal you have. It's going to work. So today we're going to really define what your real goals are. We're going to identify your wants and needs. We're going to prioritize your project goals so you get maximum results. We're going to break down your goals into activities. We're going to create a plan of action for success. We're going to build a schedule of how to achieve your goal, okay? Isn't that nice? We can map things out so that way you don't have to wonder, like, what am I going to do next, right? It's all going to be laid out in front of you. Maybe not all of it on this call or on this training today, but you're going to go away with those resources. You're going to go away with that guidebook so that you can utilize and implement all of these 9 steps into any goal that you have. We're also going to strategize your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats as well. So let's dive in. So one thing, the key to success in any goal setting is really to take the time to invest in yourself, right? In order to achieve your goal, we really need to be intentional. We really need to take the time, map that out, and figure out what that looks like to you, okay? Because your goal is going to look different than my goal is going to. I'm going to achieve that goal in a different way that you're going to achieve it. So we can't use the same system. We can't use the same steps. We can put fundamental things in to grow our business. We can do proven steps that grow our business, but you're going to do things a little differently because you have a different strengths and weaknesses than I do. So let's get started. Number 1, we're going to look at what is your goal. So we're not going to just say, hey, my goal is to make more money next year in my business. That's a pretty broad goal. So what we want to do is we want to funnel it down and we want to talk about more specifics. So here's an example. I want to be hosted on 5 podcasts by June of 2022, okay? So that gives you kind of an end game of when you want that goal to be achieved, June of 2022. Another one, for instance, it could be I want to create 500 connections on LinkedIn by the end of 2022, okay? Or I want to hire a virtual assistant and have their goals and their objectives and their daily tasks lined out before March of 2022, okay? So that gives you a little extra time. So whatever that goal is, I want you to be super specific and put a timeline on it as well. I apologize. I have a little tickle in my throat here today. So then number 2, we're going to talk about why do you want that goal? We want to emotionally attach with our goals because it fuels the fire for success, okay? So what makes you passionate about achieving your goal? So let's just take a breath right now. We can close our eyes if you want to, or you can keep them open. And we're going to feel our heart. Sometimes I like to just put my hands over my heart just to connect with it and kind of get out of my head. I want to go into the emotion of the goal. and feel why this goal is so important to you. Okay? Why do you want to achieve that goal? What does it mean for you at the end of the day? What does it mean for you at the end of the 6 months? What does it mean for you at the end of 2022? So connect with that, feel the emotion, because that passion is going to fuel the fire. So go ahead and take a few seconds and go ahead and ask yourself, why do I really want this goal? Okay, go ahead and write down whatever comes to mind. And there's never a silly answer in this world, okay? It could be a fun answer. It could be something you don't really quite understand at this moment. But I know God will reveal the truth to you at some point. So some people's answers might be things like, I want to achieve something I never thought I could achieve before. I want a better life for me and my family. And what does that look like? That means more income. That means more time with my friends and family. So that means balancing work life, putting systems in place to make our businesses run a little more efficiently. Okay? It could be, I want to buy XYZ. That could be a home, a vacation home, a new vehicle, a boat, whatever it is, that's going to be equal success for you in life. So encompass it, it could be your entire family. Maybe you want to take your entire family on a vacation because you've never done that before. So what is the emotion? I want you to connect to the heart on that one. So step number 3, we're going to look at what would life look like in a year. And this is kind of an icky feeling in the stomach when I'm warning you ahead of time. But what would life look like in a year, or 3 years, or 5 years, or 10 years if you did nothing today? Okay? If you just literally wrote that goal down and you said, I want to make an extra $20,000 next year. Let's say that's your goal. Okay, I want to make an extra $20,000 next year, and I'm going to do it by implementing a business growth program. I'm going to do it by hiring a virtual assistant and putting new systems in place to help my business run more efficiently so I'm not working all the time. Okay, so what if you had that great goal? Okay, and you're like, yes, I attached to it. I know why I want it. I want to spend more time with my family. Okay, now let's look at what would happen if you left this training today and you did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Ugh, right? Like, I don't like this one because it always gets me like, ugh, in my stomach. I'm like, yuck. I don't know. Ugh, it doesn't feel right to me. But we want to see what that pain feels like, because pain is also a motivator, correct? So feel what it feels like to not think about, ew, I don't even want to take the first step. I don't want to call to see if I can hire a virtual assistant. I don't even want to do any research. I don't want to do any marketing. What does that feel like? It should feel pretty icky, right? It should, because it's going to motivate you to get moving forward. So that's what we want to do. Step number 4 is the extreme opposite of that. So what would life look like in, we can even say 6 months, we can say a year, we can say 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. What will life look like in that amount of time if you get off this training today and you just go, yep, this is my goal. This is what I'm going to do. Jenny helped me to line out the steps so I know what I'm doing, and here I go. What would that feel like? Would there be excitement? Would there be enthusiasm? Would there be a new passion for your work? Would it be like, woo, here we go, I'm doing this? That's how I feel when I write my goals down and I emotionally attach to them and I think, oh my gosh, I've got it lined out step by step. Jenny helped me, or I'm helped myself, or I had my own business coach help me with mine. But when I line those goals out, I get excited. I am like ready to rock and roll because I know that in 6 months, in 1 year from now, I am going to be in a much better place than I am today, right? Because I forged forward, I put the systems in place, I did the business growth plan of action every single day to get my business moving forward, and I'm in a better place because I'm spending more time with my friends and family, I'm traveling more, and I'm helping more women to succeed on the same level that I've succeeded. So what does that look like? It should give you some like good chills and excitement. All right, number 5. Let's go into number 5. So this is one where you get to pat yourself on the back, okay? So I want you to look at what are your strengths when it comes to achieving this goal. So we can incorporate hard skills as well as soft skills. So for instance, maybe you're a great people person. Maybe you're great at communicating and articulating exactly what people are thinking in their heads, okay? That's great for sales, right? That's good for connecting and doing that know, like, and trust factor with your clients and with your potential clients, you know, if you're a coach or in that industry. So maybe you're super tech savvy, right? And so you can just totally rock it out. Maybe you're the one that I'm going to hire to do all of my constant contacts, do all of my calendar work, and all of the integration of the software systems. That's obviously not an area I'm really strong in, but some people are, and some people love that. So I want you to think about what your strengths are, because we want you to shine, right? We want to use those gifts and talents to help you shine. You should be doing more of that, and then less of number 6. So step number 6 is figure out what are some of your potential hurdles when it comes to achieving this goal, okay? This can be anything from tangible resources to hard skills and soft skills. Let's take a really, really transparent look at ourselves. Okay, for instance, for myself, like I don't understand the IT world. That's just not me. And so I hire someone to do that, okay? I understand social media marketing, but I don't have enough time in the day, or I don't want to make enough time in the day. So for me, my weakness and my potential hurdle is that I don't want to make the time in my day to do social media marketing. So I hire someone to put in that place. Because you know what? Then I'm helping their business to succeed. At the same time, I'm succeeding. And I'm not doing the icky stuff that I don't like to do, right? That allows me to shine more in the areas that I can shine, in those areas that I'm really super good at, okay? So I want you to figure out what are the areas that you shine. So what are your strengths for number 5? And question number 6 is, what are some potential hurdles? So let's look at that. Maybe you need to hire an accountant. Maybe you need to hire an attorney. That would be a good thing, right? Maybe you need to hire a virtual assistant. Maybe you need to hire a business growth and accountability coach. Maybe you need to join a mastermind like the one that I have, so that way we can all link arms and we can all say, I'm really good at this and I'm really weak at this, but let's link arms and we can collaborate and grow our businesses faster, okay? So let's be super transparent with number 6. Let's be completely honest with ourselves in the areas that we are weak, because we want to come alongside and link arms with someone else who loves to do those things that we are weak at, right? Or that they're an expert at. So number 7, we're going to look at, it's very much coinciding with 5 and 6. So number 7, we're going to look at what are some resources needed to accomplish your goal, okay? We just talked about, hiring an accountant, an attorney, linking arms with people like my business growth and accountability mastermind, linking arms with people who are much stronger or who have done it before us, right? Because we want to put those resources in place to make our life a lot easier, like I said, so we can shine brighter in the areas that we are really, really good at. So in this, I want you to look at what are some resources. So I want you to look at people, things, tools, etc. So this can encompass a lot of different ideas and variables on what a resource might be for you. Okay. Number 8. Are you ready for go time? Here we go. Number 8. When is your start date? Okay, so let's draw the line in the sand right now, or right as you're going through this project. by the end of the day today, I want you to figure out when is your start date. Don't push something off that could have been done today, right? Because as with New Year's resolutions and goals, we know that I know for myself, I can push things off and, well, it's only January 15th, you know, it's still January. I could start my goal now of walking those 20,000 steps a day. And then I seem to forget about it. So let's be honest, that's one of my weaknesses. That's the area I need accountability in, is getting on track in that area. So when is your start date? I want you to write that down. Whether your start date is January 1st, whether your start date for your goal is January 15th, February 1st, when do you want to like draw the line in the sand and say, this is the day that I'm starting on this goal? No, I'm not taking all the little lies into my head anymore. I'm just saying I'm doing this, right? I'm doing it, I'm stepping out in faith, and I'm gonna make this happen, okay? When is that start date? And then on that start date, let's say that start date is January 15th. On January 15th, what is the first thing you're gonna do? What's the first step you're gonna take to start achieving that goal, okay? For some of you who are, I work with business growth and accountability in my group and with my coaching clients. And so for me, the one thing that I always say, what's your first step? A lot of times people will say, you know what? It's to start a marketing strategy. It's to figure out, excuse me, it's to figure out where my potential new clients are hanging out. And then I need to figure out a marketing strategy to try to attract those clients, okay? And so then that day we work on a marketing strategy. We work on market research on figuring out where their clients are at and how we can appease to them, right? We don't want the whole 5 million people in the world. We don't have enough time, but we want to appease to a specific clientele, whoever that client is of yours, okay? So that would be their first step. Other people say, okay, I just need to I need to figure out how I'm going to grow my business. And so one thing we talk about when I do business growth is, yes, we need to look at what we can do to market to grow the business, but we also need to look at where is those gaps? Where are those inefficiencies in your business where you can either save money or you can save time, right? So sometimes it can be as easy as figuring out where those little inefficiencies are in our day or in our processes when dealing with clients or in our marketing processes. Where are the inefficiencies? Because when we figure out what the inefficiencies are, we can grow the company by alleviating that time. That time can be spent on something else. If we can automate a process, we can spend much more time either with our family, with our friends, doing something we love, or on working to get new potential clients, right? Or working on passive income products, okay? So let's figure out what your first step is going to be when you draw that line in the sand on January 15th. I'm just using that as a date, but January 15th, when you get up that morning, you're gonna say, I know exactly what I have to do today. I know exactly what I'm gonna do today. And then what we want you to do is, what's the second thing, third thing, fourth thing, and fifth thing? Now, I always have my clients write out at least 3 steps. Okay, we want to be 3 steps ahead because that way it gives your brain vision, it gives you clarity, and it also gives you confidence. Okay, if you know the next 3 steps ahead, you can already be thinking ahead like, ooh, okay, so then next week I'm going to start implementing my marketing strategy. And so next week I need to be prepared by, I'm going to go live once, I'm going to create some social media posts, or I'm going to go interact with people in a specific group that is your niche clientele. Okay, so I want you to line out at least 3 steps. If you can do 5, that's great, but always be 3 steps ahead of yourself. So once you knock off step number 1, I then want you to add the next step. So you have at least 3 steps ahead of you on your plan of action moving forward. All right, it's going to keep the momentum going. It's going to keep you jazzed up, and it's going to keep you super confident because you know exactly what you're doing the next day you get out of bed, right? There's no guessing what's going to be happening. I get to work, I'm sitting in front of my laptop. what do I need to do? We don't want that. We want to be as efficient with our time as we can. Because I know some of you are mommies just like me, and I like to have my time blocks in place so I can be as efficient as I can in those time blocks. So when my family comes home, I have plenty of time to hang out with my family, and I'm not working on weekends because I don't have to work on weekends. I don't have to work in the evening because I have spent that time blocking. And I also have my 3 steps ahead of myself, so I know exactly what I'm doing this week, next week, and every specific day of the week. So, all right, that builds confidence and clarity, and it's going to keep the momentum going. So, number 9. Important question here to ask yourself, because we can have these amazing goals, right? But how do you know when you have achieved that goal? Like, what does success look like inside? Like in your brain, in your body, what does success look like and feel like to you? Okay, so with that said, I give you 100% permission to go back to step number 1 and retweak your goal. The goal that you thought, I'm giving you 100% permission to go back and tweak that, because we want to make sure that success feels good in here and in here, right? And it looks good to you, okay? So when you've achieved that goal, what does it look like? What do you feel like? What do you think about? What does life look like around you? Now, some things can be super tangible, like, yes, I wanna get that vacation for my family. Okay, so then we know you've achieved that. But how do we know we've achieved that? Does that mean that we are gonna have 10% growth in our business? Does that mean we're gonna make an extra $20,000 next year to pay for that vacation? Or does that mean we need to make an extra $40,000 because $20,000 is going to go to the vacation, plus we want to have 20% to like reinvest into marketing and maybe to get a virtual assistant or to create some passive income products? So what does that look like to you? What does success look like to you? So now, under all of this, underneath your goal, okay, number 1, underneath your step 1, I want you to rewrite your goal. Have that emotional attachment to it, okay? And this is probably one of the biggest, most important steps of all. It's a true commitment to yourself, okay? It's like a legal binding contract with yourself. But there's something that happens when you put a pen to paper, you write this out, this oath, this agreement to yourself. There's something that happens mentally inside of our brains that solidifies this is truth, and it kind of gives you that extra to get out there and do it. And I want you to post this on your mirror in your bathroom, post it above your desk, post it somewhere where you can see it every day. So here's what you're going to write. I know some of you have that the book downloaded already, so you can just copy it from there. But those of you who don't, I'm just going to say it out loud so you understand what I'm talking about. So what you're going to do is you are going to, underneath your goal, okay, underneath step number 9, I want you to write, I commit to start the process of achieving my goal on, and then put the date, January 15th, by, and then you're going to write the first step, by getting up that morning and creating a marketing strategy, or getting up that morning and contacting an accountant because I don't know what I'm doing in that area, or creating a new sales funnel for my passive income products. Okay, so I commit to start the process of achieving my goal on January 15th or whatever date you choose, by, and whatever you're going to do for that first step. And then I want you to sign it. Okay, that's the binding part. So this is your commitment to yourself to achieve your goal. So now you are on your way to achieving your goal. So let's celebrate. Woo! You did it. So I know you can do this. I know you can, because I've done this with hundreds of clients in the past, business and personal goals, and it always works. You know why? Because it sets you up for success all along the way, right? It takes those speed bumps and those hurdles. When those hit, you're already ready for it. You're like, oh, okay, what's a hurdle? yep, I already saw this coming. Okay, guess what we're going to do? We're going to pivot a little bit and we're going to walk around it. Or we're going to call so-and-so who knows a lot more about this than we do. So this system works. It was set up with 100% success in mind for you. And it's my 20 plus years of experience working with some of the top goal setters in the industry. So I wish you the best of luck. But last but not least, I want to invite you to my business growth and accountability mastermind. We have so much fun. You know what? Growing a business is hard. Let's be honest. Growing a business is hard. And at times it can be super challenging, and sometimes I want to rip my hair out. I've been doing this for almost 25 years now. And at times when I'm growing companies my own, I want to rip my hair out because I'm like, what do I do? I wish I didn't have to do this alone, right? That's what I hear so many of my clients say. I wish I didn't have to do this alone. I wish I could link arms with somebody. I wish I could use someone else's resources or understand how people can go from point A to point B so fast. Like, how do they do that, Jenny? So come on over to the Business Growth and Mastermind, Accountability Mastermind group. So give me a call or look at my website. All the information's on there, but I'll just give you a brief synopsis. So basically in the group, we teach you how to implement systems to make your business highly profitable and less reliant on you, right? We all want to rise up so it's less reliant on ourselves. We want to create those systems, put those systems in place where it's automation, where we can step back and enjoy more time with our friends and family. So we also teach you how to create your own personal daily business growth plan to keep your momentum up. So this goes back to similar of number 8 when we talked about the step-by-step. So we just dive in a little bit deeper to figure out your marketing strategy, your business growth plan, and then we line it out. We help you line that out so that way there's never any guessing. We can go right into that daily business growth system. And you've got a list of 3 to 5 or 10, depending upon your industry and how fast you want to grow. All those things that you're going to do on a daily basis, or like I say, Monday through Friday. So I don't want you working all the time. That's not right. It's not right at all for anyone. We need a work-life balance, right? Especially us mamas. So in this group, you also get weekly accountability. So this is where we share our wins, we share our goals. We also share what our weaknesses are. Hey, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, but I don't know how to do this. I know I need to do this in my marketing plan, but can someone help me? I've never done a live video before. How do I put my camera up? What do I even need, right? So that's where we link arms and we share resources as well. Having been a business coach for the last 25 years, I have a lot of resources in a lot of different areas. People are always amazed. They're like, oh my goodness, you know this person, you know someone in IT, you know someone in financing, you know someone. So I have a really close network of people that I work with behind the scenes as well. That I'm happy to share with you, or easier ways to do things. So when I first started my business 20 some years ago, I surrounded myself with people who were much smarter than me, who had the strengths in the areas that I was weak, because I wanted to learn to grow my business on a faster and more efficient way. And I didn't want to spend all the time and money that it took for some of these people to do it. Do we need to spend time and money? Absolutely, yes, that's business. That's what business is, right? But if I can get you from point A to point B a lot faster, and you save time and you save money and you have more time for your family and fun things, I'm all about helping you, because I did that in my own business and it's worked so nicely. I love my life. So we're going to do that. And then in the group, we also have guest experts come on once a month. And so those, they do a Q&A session. They kind of dive into specific areas of business where they figure out the pain points, and we kind of answer questions along the way. I have you submit questions ahead of time as well. And they talk about what they do and how they overcome those hurdles and how they can also help you. So you have a chance to ask them questions as an expert. I pay for them, so you don't have to. So we have on deck, we have an attorney. So she's a website attorney. She helps you with all like the disclaimers, terms, agreements, things like that, things you need on your website to be legal and like doing good, as well as in your email marketing campaigns, or specific things you need to have in your email campaigns that will legally get you in trouble if you don't have them. So she's a great resource for us. We have a web strategist come on, we have a social media marketer come on, we have a virtual assistant come on. And the virtual assistant doesn't come on just to say what they do. They come on to say how you can hire a virtual assistant and what that process looks like. Because I know for me, before I had one, I was super nervous because I had never done it before. And so I had to reach out to friends who had already done the process, and they gave me peace of mind by giving me the step-by-step process of doing that. So anyway, we have those guest experts come on too. So a lot of value there. Then you are not paying for all those experts. And then 2 times a year, this is not mandatory, but you are definitely invited and welcome. But 2 times a year, we gather face to face, and we have a longer, like 3-day event. And we get together and we're just still. You know that verse, be still and know that I'm God. So we are still. We quiet our minds. You do a brain dumping exercise to help clear all the clutter in the brain, so that way you can hear God more. But then what you do is you get more creative. You hear God and ideas start flowing. And then what we do is we come together, and we call them hot seats or round tables, depending upon what you want to call them. They both similarly, you come together and we share ideas and we help our other people's businesses to grow. So each one of us comes with our skill set and our weaknesses, right? And we're linking arms together to help grow your business faster and more efficient with the resources that are needed. So some other things that we talk about in the group that people love are how to create passive income products. A lot of people don't realize how they can make passive income products with the existing business that they have. Okay, so we talk about that. We talk about discovering how to do things more efficiently to save you time and money, which is that implementation of processes. So there's specific processes and systems that we can put in place to help you save time and money, as well as stepping back away from your business, right? So you have more time for yourself. We talk about new business trends and ways to market your business. We do have that weekly accountability call. You get the opportunity to network and collaborate with other people. So you can do team events, you can do partnership, lives or trainings, that kind of thing. But you build those lifelong friendships with people who are like-minded and who also want to empower and cheerlead you to grow your business. And it's not just about growing your business, it's about living your best life, right? Because at the end of the day, if we have a successful business, but we don't have a balance in life, it's really off. So we need to balance both so you can live your best life, okay? And then we do, like I talked about, the hot seat opportunities. Those come up more than twice a year. Those we implement quarterly as well in the mastermind, but we do have those at the events, the live in-person events. And then, like I said, those bonus sessions are so key to growth as well. You can just come and ask your questions and get the answers you need, and then it just allows you to keep moving forward. You don't have to actually call your own attorney. You don't have to call your own social media specialist, that kind of thing. So I wish you all the best of luck in 2022, and I am super excited to be on this journey with you. If you want more information about the weekly accountability group and business growth group, let me know. Just shoot me a DM. So have a great rest of the day, you all, and thanks for spending your time with me. Bye-bye for now.